You don't want to be in a position where you have to work forever. You want to be in a position where you don't have to, but you choose to because you enjoy doing it. And so chances are you're going to want to do it anyway. Most people are going to have to work for longer than they'd really like to anyway. Like the whole thing about like retiring at 65 or whatever. It's like, I think the average age, the most common age of death for a woman in the UK is 89. So you could if you work it out, you could end up spending a third of your life in retirement. And that's just
based on people that were born decades ago.
Yeah.
So current generation, fast forward 40 years, it might be 90, 95.
Exactly.
And I think when we're talking about changing dynamics, I think changes around retirement and what retirement are is a crucial conversation that people need to have with themselves in terms of, I might be retired as long as I worked. So unless I save up a lot of money, I probably need to work in some way.
Exactly. Can you save up enough in 30 years of working to sustain you for 40 years without working? Probably not. Like your investment returns would have to be insane. But the great thing is, like you said, we've got the flexibility now where you can work in a more flexible way. So if you can find something you enjoy doing, find a way that you can add value in a flexible way. So it's not taking up all your time. It's not something where you're missing your grandchildren growing up or whatever, then great. I just think most people like doing stuff that's useful and that they're good at. That doesn't mean they necessarily like working, but if you can find something that you like that's useful to the world and that you're good at, and find a way of doing that forever, you're probably going to be happier for longer as long as you can balance that out with other parts of your life. But it shouldn't be like all work and then all leisure.
Yeah, just like in the coal mines for 60 years and then just like chilling for like 20, 30 years.
Yeah. I think the issue was when work was hard labor, most people were broken by the time they retired, right? And then they died 10 years later. Whereas now it's, if you're a doctor or a finance professional or a content creator, by the time you're 70, you've got such a wealth of experience that you're so valuable as a consultant or whatever. That
Massively.
It's that kind of, it's work of the brain rather than work of the hands. Yeah. Obviously, there's lots of people who do work with their hands though. What would you say to someone that's a builder who goes, I'm going to be shot at 65?
I think there's still, I don't have any knowledge of that side of things, but I would assume there's going to be lots of opportunities to pass that knowledge on, right? Because from doing it for that long, you're going to have this knowledge and education about that there'll be ways where maybe you're not there like laying the bricks yourself.
Buy my course.
Exactly.
Or start a business, like a building company and then hire people.
Start a business, train people, do whatever. There's always going to be ways. But I think that's why it's important to start having this awareness early so you don't get to whatever age and then go like, right, now what? I don't want to do this anymore, but what do I do next? If you can start thinking about that 10, 20 years earlier, then that's helpful.
This was a clip from our interview with Rob Dix about myths about money. For the full episode, click right here.